Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I sound like I have a cold. I don't have a cold, I'm doing perfectly fine. My voice just sounds like that. It's been a while since I posted my last video, and that one was pretty good, but I thought it was a bit crazy, so I thought maybe I'd sort of go back to doing something a little bit more unscripted and natural. That other one was really heavily scripted, but this one isn't so much. Um, and I know I'd promised some people that there would be a video of like my fic writing process, and I wanted to do that, but it's actually really hard to do because I have to record my screen and all of those kind of things, and I really just hated doing it. I tried it once, so I thought to make up for it, because I do feel a little bit guilty that I can't provide that, I would talk about the fan fiction I've written up until this point, just my vaguely chronological thoughts of what I've done since 2020, July 2020, when people started writing fics for the show. Yeah, so enjoy. I hope it's good. I hope you get something out of it. It's nearly 15 minutes long, so I guess you can listen to it while you're cleaning or something, like I do with other people's commentary videos. Enjoy it, I guess. I remember when I first started writing that Mel Harvey fic, the very first one I ever did back in July 2020, and I think the first season had ended by that point, so we'd already gotten all the content we were going to get at that point, and I was kind of very much struck by how much Mel sort of wrapped up her identity in still being a mom, even though Alex was gone, because it was sort of talked about a lot and it was something that was clearly very important. And to begin with, the fic was originally going to be Melanie and Miles, just basically kind of a fic where he doesn't have his parents around, and so he kind of tries to find comfort in Melanie, and she sort of taps into her long dead motherly instinct, to comfort him or whatever, but it didn't really work. And then, did I like Harvey at this point? No, I thought he was kind of annoying still. I didn't really like him, but he kind of came in. I don't know why, I don't know how it sort of ended up like that, but I did kind of like the dynamic he had where he disliked the other two engineers and kind of felt left out from their whole thing. And I thought, okay, let's write it. And then it actually ended up working really well. And then I still look at it and I think my writing is kind of underdeveloped. I mean, I improved a lot since then, but that was how I started, and that was a really weird place to start because I know most people don't start there. And I never wrote another Mel Harvey until Fictober. And so you already know I never went back to Mel Harvey until now, but then I got into the the Mel Audrey scene, which was booming at that time because the showrunners kept dropping hints that there was more to their relationship in canon. We're not going to talk about how they just completely ruined that in season 2. But yes, they kept dropping hints, and so people, especially Super Danvers, were really, really into the Mel Audrey scene. The first Snowpiercer fic ever written was by Super Danvers, and it was a smutty Mel Audrey fic. It lives rent-free in my mind, and they primarily do line of duty stuff now, but I remember when their fics were everywhere and everyone in the fandom had read them. God, that was the days, right? But I got into the Mel Audrey scene, and that was kind of how I rolled for a really long time, and I even wrote that long fic about them. And then I think it was One Train Snowpiercer who got me into Mel Ruth first. I think it was Mel Ruth that came next, and then Malaila came after that. I still am mad that Hex got me into Malaila. By all rights, I shouldn't have enjoyed that ship at all because they have no real sort of good romantic chemistry, but now I actually quite like them. I'm very suggestible. I'll ship whatever you want me to ship. Anything you suggest, I will be on board with it, so you have to be careful. I'm looking at you, Train Pirate. Are they going through war flashbacks right now with their whole truth shit? I thought they were being serious when they said they were into truth. They weren't, but it's too late to go back on that now. And then, as I started getting more into Snowpiercer and sort of fully immersing myself in the whole experience of watching the show and being part of the Tumblr and making posts and generally being a content creator, I started getting my own brand of fics as it is. Like, at its core, it's hurt comfort, but like all of the other stuff, like the the breathing issues and the vomiting and the back rubs, that all came later, but at its core, my brand is emotional hurt comfort. That stuff it really gets me, and I love writing it. And so by this point, I was reblogging prompt lists and letting people sort of send in stuff that they wanted, and I was happy with that because people seemed to understand what I was looking for, even without me saying I want these kinds of prompts. So most of them were for a hurt comfort situation, but I do remember a lot of fluff prompts being taken as like angsty smut. Oh yeah, I remember there was that one. What was it? This isn't what I meant when I said fuck you. There was that one. And I ended up making it into a rape fic. I'm really sorry. That's probably not what the person intended, but I really didn't like that prompt, and that was the only way I could make it bearable. I fucking hate college AUs. I'm so sorry. Not to read, but to write. Like, college AU is my least favourite trope. And if I ever open up commissions for my work, which I maybe kind of want to try before the Christmas period, like during December, one of my conditions is that you cannot ask for a college AU. Like, I can do any other kind of AU to a point. Like, I'll try it. I'll at least give it a good, fair try. But the moment you ask me for a college AU, fuck it, I ain't doing that shit. I'll try anything else. I've done rape, impreg, gore, violence, psychological distress, torture. Like, I will not shy away from all that, but please keep the college AUs away from me. And I kind of remember that a college AU is kind of the reason I started burning out with writing a little bit, because I did one chapter of a college AU for Mel Ruth, and that was really difficult. And I thought, okay, it's one chapter, it's over. And someone said, I'd like another chapter of this, or it'd be really great if you wrote more of this. And so, me being one that doesn't want to disappoint their fans, I tried writing this extra chapter, and I was sitting at uni, I think it was, between classes trying to write it, and it felt like I was holding an imaginary gun to my head to finish it. I just couldn't. I struggled. I really struggled for months. And then it started bleeding into my other fics. There was another Mel Ruth prompt, which I wrote. I think it was Binetsu. It was 89 words. 89, like, that's so short. I've never ever had an idea where I've not been able to at least crack 300, 400 words. And it was a prompt that I got in my inbox. And if one of you watching was the one who sent it in, I know it's a long time ago, but if one of you watching was the one who sent it in, I apologise. That probably sucked to get only a few sentences when others were getting like 500 to 2,000 words. I guess that's the risk you take, but, you know, you're putting your own ideas on someone else. And then after that, I decided that once my inbox was empty, I just wouldn't take prompts anymore for a while. And then I took a break, and then I started kind of reblogging prompt lists that I liked. And then once those prompts were finished, I started doing my own stuff. And I was so much happier once I started writing shit I wanted to write. Like when I was actually doing fics based on ideas I wanted and themes I wanted to explore. And recently, maybe a month or so ago, I finished the last prompt in my inbox, which was Trebuchet, that one with Malaila, and Lila gets shot. And it was extremely difficult. That's why I saved it until last. And it actually turned out well, but that's beside the point. Please don't misunderstand. I'm so thankful to everyone who ever sent me a prompt at any time. Like, I'm so grateful y'all like my writing enough to even ask me for something specific you like. When I started out, I did not ever expect to have like 20 prompts in my inbox because people wanted me to write shit. Like, it was insane to me. But with that said, I'm very glad I don't have to have any more prompts because I can just focus on the shit I want to write instead of what other people have in mind for me. And about prompts, I probably won't be asking for them for the rest of the year. Maybe after October I'll be like, hey, send me shit, but right now I'm just cruising, writing about pregnant Wilfred. I would apologise, but I've done nothing wrong. It's funny, because, like, I write a lot of weird, fucked up shit, and is that what I'm known for now? I hope so. Anyway, if you're my friend, and if I've ever texted you at any point, you've probably been there for me saying something like, oh, this fic is going to be the one. This is going to be the fic that gets me chased off AO3 and Tumblr. This is going to be the fic that is going to lose me all my subscribers and all my friends. And it just never happened. You guys sat by while I wrote Gun Kink, Impreg, Cattle Style Branding, Pigging of Harvey by Ruth, and literally nothing has happened. If anything, it's been well received. Where is your limit? Where do you guys draw the line? I wonder how bad and deviant my fics will have to be to get you all to not want to see it. Well, I have some ideas of what it could be, but I'm not going to speak it into existence. I remember when Aragane first came out, which was my first really insane violent fic. It's the one where Wilfred forces Audrey and Melanie to have sex with each other and then he rapes them both with a gun. Yeah, that's right. I was texting Mels Unicorn one day before posting. I'd already finished it. And I said all of this and I was like, this is it. This is going to be the one that kills my following because it was violent and insane and just a huge departure from my normal content. And I'd only done like one rape fic up until that point, which was this Malaila one. But that to me at least seemed like a rational and canon-typical violence. Like, Lila to me did not seem above rape or assault to get her way. And it was talking about LJ potentially being put in the drawers, so it made a lot more sense there. But with Aragane, it seemed worse, like violence for the sake of violence. And so Mel Unicorn onesie said to me, you can add it to the anonymous collection. And then I realised I can't do that because I don't know how to add things to collections, and I also couldn't be bothered. So then I realised I wanted to attach my name to it. I wanted to take credit, and there you go. It's posted, it's under my name, and it has 156 hits at the time of posting. And I think it got 20 of those within the same day, which is absolutely insane. I don't even really understand it. Like, I did this video in 2 parts. I did one half of it before and then the other half later. So at this point in time, I have published the fic where Nice Wilfred is Audrey's pet, and you people are insane. It has 105 hits in 16 hours, which is crazy for this fandom. Like, that's an incredible amount of engagement in such a short period of time. But there's only 2 kudoses, and one of them is from Mels Unicorn onesie, and then the other is from Vintage Unicorn, who does like these kinds of insane fics. Do you guys just not want to attach your names to it? Because clearly people like it if they're going back to it constantly. I don't think there's 105 different people here to look at that fic. Like, you must be enjoying it. Do you just not want to attach your name to it? But it just makes me laugh that people like it, but they want to be on the down low about liking it. And then, of course, we have my friends' thoughts on the matter who are closer to home, especially Flame in the Darkness one. It is so funny texting her about these fics after the fact, like, because we live in different time zones. I will be up in the morning and it'll be night time for her, and I'll tell her, oh, hey, did you read this fic? And she says to me, I liked it, the pet fic. It wasn't as terrifying as I thought it would be, but if you do a fic like that about any of our other faves, I'm gonna hate it. It's so funny, she's so easy to wind up. I love it. I can just say, Harvey torture fic, and she'll be telling me to fuck off. And, you know, she's giving me ideas. She doesn't want to acknowledge it. I don't think she wants to know this, but she's giving me too many ideas, and now I might actually have to write a Harvey torture fic, though he does kind of get it a lot in my fics without being tortured, but he does go through the ringer. I mean, he might be my boy, but he has to take one for the team occasionally. Why did I do this video again? Oh, right, I'm bored and I just finished an assignment and I wanted an excuse to talk about my fan fiction. And, I'm still going to keep doing all of that weird stuff. Like, that's still going to be me. That's now my brand, my weird stuff and the stuff no one thinks about and all of that. That's still going to be me and I'm still going to be happy with it. Maybe that'll be my brand once this show crashes and burns after its 4th season. I'll be left in the wreckage with my Ruth Harvey pegging fic. That'll be the only thing to my name. That'll be the only legacy I have 30 or 40 years from now, when everyone is like older and grown up and has a life outside of this show. I think I'd be fine with that. I think I'd be fine with being known only for that. So that's it. As usual, thanks for watching if you found it on YouTube or if you got it from my Tumblr page. I mean, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was fun for you guys to watch. I enjoyed making it. I like talking about whatever the hell I want and not having a script. I post whenever I feel like it. I don't know when the next video is probably going to come out. Probably not until season 3, unless I have something to talk about before then. So, yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching.